Hello folks and welcome to the channel. I'm Commander Roscoe, and in this series I'm going to be seeing whether or not I can do what John Hammond couldn't do: run a successful Jurassic Park. I'm going to be playing Jurassic World Evolution 2 with all the economy and research settings turned on, and I'm going to see if I can build a park that would rival that of the movies and include all the attractions and dinosaurs seen in the film, and whether or not I can actually make it sustainable and not have our guests be turned into dinner. So let's go ahead and see whether or not I've got what it takes and whether I can put John Hammond to shame. Hello folks and welcome back to the channel. I'm Commander Roscoe, and in today's video we are continuing our playthrough of Jurassic World Evolution 2, where we attempt to build Jurassic Park and prove that it could have worked and that people didn't need to die. So in the last episode we released the Brachiosaur and the Velociraptor to the park, and I think all we have left is Triceratops and T-Rex, I think. I think that is what we need to work on. So let's have a quick look and see what we need for that. Now, oh, that was right, we were needing to get dinosaurs that have the defensive trait in order to unlock Triceratops. And if I remember right, Pachycephalosaurus was the dinosaur that we were trying to do it with, because I think that has a fairly high chance of having the defensive trait. Let's do you for that. Let's sell off these and let's get another expedition underway. We'll also see what it is we actually need. So, carnivores. We have T-Rex unlocked, so we actually just need to do an expedition for T-Rex. T-Rex, you're around here somewhere. Unless I've already done you. Troodons. Oh, there we go, T-Rex. So we've done a little bit of T-Rex already. We need to rest up our faster expedition person, because this is going to take 7 minutes. So go ahead and take some rest. And then what do we need for Triceratops again? No. So for Triceratops, yeah, we need the defensive trait. So we're looking for dinosaurs with that. We don't really need any hatchery upgrades. Fence upgrades were fine because we're not doing a lagoon enclosure. We might do an aviary. Let's go ahead and cure the avian pox. Get you two on that so you're not just sitting there doing nothing. Because it appears that, oh well, one of our Gallimimus has rabies, and it's on the escalated version. I don't know what that means. Mobile Vet is going out there to check on them. There might be a way to experience a death. And yeah, in the end of the last episode, because I just it's been a couple of weeks since I actually last played this, and I went and re-watched the last one, I noticed that the Velociraptors at the time had discovered a breakout target. They now don't appear to, but all the same, did I really pick on the one? No, there we go. Yeah, this is a problem. Because we can see where, they can see where they can detect threats, and this is a problem because this is a really nice area that I don't want to have to move. And this whole path here is an issue. So we need to kind of figure out how we're going to deal with this. Now, one way I think I did suggest was just throwing viewing galleries down and seeing how much I can block with a viewing gallery. It's not a great way of doing it. One of our Gallimimuses has been sprained. I think this is the one that's, yeah, he's got rabies. This dude just needs kind of put down. Like, let's be honest here, buddy. You're not going to make it much longer. I need to photograph him actually. That's how I cure this. So let's go this and just whoop. Yeah, submit that, sell that, and then that gives us the research for avian flu, or rabies, I think. You have to picture it, take a picture of it. How's our big herbivore enclosure doing? You're missing tall nut. The Ankylosauruses are happy. Triceratops is fairly happy. How are you missing meat? Meat's right there, unless has it not been filled up? No, it has.
I'm one of them. No stress. That's what we want with the animals.
They are very cool, the raptors, especially the blue one. I like the blue one. Oh, our compies are starting to die. It's unfortunate. Let's do some more fossil extractions before this team come back. Oh yeah, look, there's T-Rex. Do Ankylosaurus, let's get that genome finished. And we'll get you two rested up. And yeah, this is going to take a while. Although we seem to be having lots of health issues just now. We need to do the research for the rabies, I think. Do we have the staff for that? Not right now. We will have the staff shortly though. So let's speed up time a bit. And we'll get that done.
Asset in transit.
Yeah, we might need to breed some more Gallimimus if they start passing away. Oh, we got a little blockage here. Yeah, we do. Right, let's see if we've now got the staff to do the vaccine for rabies. Yes, we do. Oh, that's real unfortunate that you are like that. It's not going to hurt though. We'll do that and then we'll very quickly rest him so he doesn't sabotage the park. Because as soon as that's done, a lot of this goes away, you know. And it might be time to start working towards a second mobile vet unit, because we are probably taxing them quite a lot with jobs if everybody was to get ill. So I think at the minute we're only covering maybe half of the park with one vet unit, which is a problem. Now, I've just had a thought, right, so we're working towards T-Rex, and T-Rex is going into this paddock up here. How are we getting rid of the dinosaurs that are in that paddock? Go rest. Like, are we just going to have them fight to the death and the winner stays? Do we sell the Ceratosaurus? Is that something we do? Do we move them? Do we make a new paddock down here somewhere? Like, because we've got this part of the park completely untouched. Do we move them down there? How do we want to deal with that? I had kind of hoped that they would die of old age, but I think these guys can actually live for quite a while. Yeah, they're in like their midlife right now, you know. So we will see, I guess. By the time I get to T-Rex, they might be a bit older. T-Rex can maybe come in and just deal with them. And I think we'll probably try and release 2 T-Rex, because in the book at least there was 2 on the island. There was Rexy, and then there was a second one which was smaller. I don't think it was ever shown in the film though. It was definitely in the books. Right, you need to go to... You've got a minor fracture, so you actually need to go to the vet station. I've also just realised we don't have ranger teams set up for the herbivores, do we? And we should probably assign you to that post, because that's got herosaurs in it now. Right, well, other than that, how are we doing for everything else? So shelter coverage. Shelter coverage is good. Restroom coverage is 96. We could maybe do with a toilet down here, but that's not bad. Guest distribution, I think we're okay on. Amenity coverages, now this bit here is quite bad. I don't know how we can really improve that. The entrance is bad, but again, that is kind of like where our staff area is. We could maybe look at upgrading these three to larger stuff, and that would cure that kind of problem. Crowding wise, we're not too bad. There's a bit of overcrowding there, but I think that's because that's two of the viewing posts for our big habitat. Money wise, I think we're good. You know, we have, was it 76 million in the bank. Configuration on the amenities apart from this lot are good, because I didn't want to do them until we got the velociraptors in, so we can do that in a minute. Guest appeal is not too bad. Let's quickly move that Gallimimus before they wake up. Do you not need to go there? Maybe I attract you for no reason. Right, we'll let them wake up then. Dinosaur visibility, 97%. That's pretty good considering there's a lot of the park we don't have covered, or is only covered by the Jurassic Park tours. Like this whole bit here, you only ever see that if you take the tour. That's a hidden, almost hidden part of the park. Same with like back here, you don't see a lot of that. You also can't really see into the back of our of our big carnivore paddock. Ranger patrols, we cover, I mean, a fairly decent area of the park. There's this section here that we don't actually cover, but they should wander into this area every now and then. Power distribution is looking pretty good. We need to actually upgrade a bit of fencing around here, I've just realised, because that's shown yellow as being old fencing. We should see like a big black spot for the velociraptors, because they don't actually have powered fences, they just have really thick fencing. And in storm protection we are at 0 because, well, we don't have that upgrade. Right, fossil time, let's see what we've got. So we've got another T-Rex genome, we'll sell that, we'll do that. You go away and do that, and then let's continue working on this one here, Pachycephalosaurus, because we'll need that, and this will be a much quicker one to do. And while the next T-Rex expedition is being carried out, we can continue doing the fossil extractions. So yeah, that'll be good. And yeah, let's have a look at these shops down here, because these are the ones that we need to. I mean, they're still profitable. They're not even configured. They're just profitable. So let's what did the people want? Falafel wraps would probably keep most. Oh no, donuts. They want donuts. An aquarium. And we need something for the everydayers. That's an entertainer. There we go, 100% satisfied, nice and easy. Over here we are looking for bubble teas, probably the best. Ginger beer. Yeah, ginger beer, we'll do that one. That ticks a lot of boxes for folk. Again, aquarium and entertainer should do that. That's now, look at that. They are now generating 32,000 a day compared to 11,000 over here, and we haven't configured this one. You would think that action figures would be good here, eh? For the velociraptors. And you know what? Yeah, I'm going to leave it as that. We'll slap an aquarium and a charity box down, and then an entertainer. There we go. Everybody's happy. Right, so I think with fossil extraction or an expedition's done. Yeah, that was really quick, I think. So we'll send them back out. I'm looking for acheive. There we go. Because the more small fossils we get, the better. We can clear through them fairly quickly. Whereas the T-Rex extractions, they take a long time. So we'll get this done, we'll see what we've got, set up the next set of fossils, and then we'll learn a little bit about the two new dinos that we brought into the park in the last episode. Velociraptor and Brachiosaurus. We'll also see about maybe queuing up some dinos to be released, because we need to flush this paddock out a bit. How are you guys doing? You're content you could just do with a bit more tall nut. You know what, you actually have branched out into here, so we could slap some tall nut down here and see if that gives you any happier. How's that? That keeps you a little bit happier. I can't change too much because the Ankylosaurus and the Nososaurus are already comfortable here. Right, fossils. We have a lot of stuff to sell. We are looking for Pachycephalosaurus genomes. You know what? You two as well. Altruistic salary, you're going to do that, and then we're going to send our, for the T-Rex, we're going to send our expedition specialists. No, we're not, because we need to rest you. The logistics specialist needs a rest. So while he's resting, let's learn a little bit about the Brachiosaurus. Brachiosaurus is a genus of herbivorous sauropod and one of the largest dinosaurs to have ever lived, weighing in at over 50 tons. Thanks to its long neck, Brachiosaurus can feed on leaves from trees up to 12 metres high, eating 400 kilograms of vegetation every day, while its vast size means any potential predators tend to stay clear of it. The first Brachiosaurus fossils were uncovered in 1900 in the Morrison Formation of Colorado, and credited to Elmer S. Riggs, a celebrated American paleontologist. At the time, Brachiosaurus was considered to be the biggest dinosaur ever to have existed, although larger specimens have been discovered since. The location of fossils found dates the Brachiosaurus to the late Jurassic period, around 140 to 150 million years ago, and coexisted with many other dinosaurs, including the notorious Allosaurus and Ceratosaurus. While the Brachiosaurus mainly lived in the western United States, remains have been found as far away as Portugal and Tanzania. Okay, we have some more fossils to look at. Right, so again, we're looking for Pachycephalosaurus.
We need to do what we can for the dinosaurs, like taking on objectives.
We'll just try and keep them healthy.
For example.
We can do T-Rex as well.
What's the point of having dinosaurs if we can't keep them healthy and disease-free?
And
really
let's go for some more T-Rex. So we were waiting on our logistics specialist getting rested up to do that. So we're going to be a while on that. That is actually so much quicker with that faster expedition person working on that, so that's good. But we now will go learn a little bit about the Velociraptors. Velociraptor's reputation as one of the most terrifying dinosaurs comes not from its size. At just 4 metres in length, it is dwarfed by many less intimidating genera, but its ferocity and intelligence. With its large, sharp teeth and sickle-shaped jaws, Velociraptor is a highly efficient predator, preying upon plant-eating dinosaurs such as Protoceratops, although its relative lack of power means that it's unlikely to attack large or armoured dinosaurs. The first Velociraptor fossil was found in 1923 by Peter Kazin, when he unearthed a complete skull and a toe claw while on expedition to the Gobi Desert in the outer Mongolia with the American Museum of Natural History. The specimen was referred back to Henry Fairfield Osborn at the museum in New York and named Velociraptor, swift plunderer, in reference to its speed and predatory behaviour. Velociraptor remains have only been found in the Daihatchi Formation of Mongolia, suggesting that the genus lived in this area around 70 to 74 million years ago during the late Cretaceous period. The climate at this time was desert-like, with Velociraptor gravitating towards streams and rivers where prey would congregate in search of vegetation. Okay folks, so we've now unlocked the Pachycephalosaurus as a full genome, so let's go ahead and see if we can get some defensive ones in the park. We are going to modify the genome, same as we do with all of our dinosaurs, with random skins and random patterns. And so these guys have a 25% chance of being defensive, which isn't great, if I'm honest. But it's maybe better than... Well, the Ankylosaurus had a higher chance of having negative traits. These have a better chance of, you know, having less negative traits, essentially. But there's no one else right now that we could... You've got 25%, but again, you're needy and antisocial, and that's not great. And I don't think you'd play well with the Ankylosaurs. Plus, these guys are smaller, they're easier to incubate and deal with as well. So, we'll go with Pachycephalosaurus. They were in the second film as well, so, you know, it makes sense. Let's work on them. Let's get some fossils done. We can only do a little bit of T-Rex stuff, which is unfortunate, but hey ho. I know, let's not do welfare because you're about to be busy. Do you? And then let's continue on with our expeditions. Try and get 100% for T-Rex. And then, do we have any research that we can do to unlock new skins? Yeah, we do. If we do some of this stuff, that should unlock these, which they'll then allow us to unlock this. So we need to do group adaptation and drought tolerance. We're going to need some more scientists for that though. And then we are getting very, very close to finally getting our T-Rex into the park. So let's see, we've got 8 viable eggs. We're looking for the defensive trait. There's 1, 2. Damn it. Okay, 2's not bad. That's not bad from this clutch. Let's do 5 of you. And then we'll do a second clutch. Hopefully we'll get a defensive one in there. So welfare specialist, get on that. Genetic specialist, I want another clutch on the go. And we'll release them all at once, so it's, you know, one single release. Or as close to as we can kind of get. And then we can work on Triceratops. And we'll probably release Triceratops into this enclosure as well. Right, come on, defensive, there we go. Defensive. Docile, that's good, we like that. Mangrove Forest, we don't have you yet, I don't think, as a pattern. That'll do us, that'll give us 9. 9 of these guys. Yeah, what was it? 9, because I put 5 into that, 4 into that, and then that gives us 4 defensive ones, which is good. So we'll be able to get Triceratops. We might actually have this series wrapped in 2 or 3 episodes. That's been generous, 2 or 3 episodes.
Wow. Just wow. I knew you could do it, and now you have.
Right. So we're waiting on them. We're waiting on our fossil teams and our extraction teams. The question is, we are so close. Do we expand to this section of the park for a big aviary? And honestly, I think we can get away with not doing it. That could be something that maybe do as like an extra episode or something, if folks want me to. But I think we're so close. Let's just get it done. You know. And you know what? Looking at the time, we should probably stop this recording. So, thank you guys very much for watching. We've done a fair bit in this episode. We've got the Pachycephalosaurus genome to 100%, and we are just about to have our defensive dinosaurs released. That'll unlock Triceratops for us. We have nearly finished the T-Rex genome. We're at 73%, and well, we're at 73%. When we go up to, what was that, 81, we'll be nearly finished with that, which means we can get them into the park. So yeah, nearly there. We are nearly finished with this series. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next one. Later, everybody.